Right, Sagittarius, I hope that you're doing amazing. Welcome to my channel, Adrian Nelson here. And this is a general reading for love for 8 till 14 August, or whenever you see it is the right time for you to see. Okay, so we're going to draw for you. We're going to look at your recent past, at your current energy, what's coming towards you, overall energy. We're going to clarify. You want to look at some of the prospective things that you want to look out for, pitfalls, problems, those sort of things. And also, what is the good news that the universe would like to share with you? All right, so let's get started. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Woohoo. Could be dealing with a Pisces here, or just a very strong Pisces in your chart, or maybe emotions are flying high in this connection. Let's see. Change. Profound, beautiful change. Overall energy you've got for your reading is the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, this is a space of inner balance that could reflect as, beautiful outer experience. You could be dealing with a person here that's very balanced here. Could be very balanced yourself as well, Sagittarius, which is amazing. I feel you in the space where it's almost like a magical sort of manifestation space for you, where for some of you, you could be in the space at the moment where you're feeling like everything in your life is actually quite okay. Like you don't necessarily need to make changes. And, I feel that for some of you, if you are in a connection at the moment, you might be like, I don't really feel I need to make any changes, even if there's some that maybe, might benefit from that. But also for those of you that I feel that are single, you might be very difficult to pin down at the moment by anyone else, because you sort of doing your own thing right now. You're like, I'm fine, I'm happy. There's a lot of dreams that might be coming through for you at the moment. Maybe feeling very sort of at peace with yourself and at rest and calm and those sort of things. So you're like, I'm not going to let nobody, sort of come around and rock this boat for me. In your recent past, I'm just going to show you the cards first, and then I'm going to do the interpretation for you. You've got the Moon, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Then in your current space, you've got the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, that could be a very good indication for money. And for some of you may have been so challenged to actually get into a good space with money, with finance, with abundance, with your life, with sort of like the material side of life, that you just feel like, what, I'm just going to chill you on my own, and I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to be bothered by anyone. And then coming towards you, you've got the Queen of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Wheel. That thought pattern may not last. It could just be that for some of you, you finally went into that manifestation space, the surrender part of it, where, you just sort of like allow. So you're not thinking about love, and you're not thinking about relationships, and you're not thinking about any of those sort of things. You're just sort of happy and at peace and at one with yourself. And then kaboom, ka-ching, there it happens. Okay, so there could be, I feel that there were very strong emotions there in the past, and it's even for some of you, especially pertaining to love, it's almost like some of you realized that you were self-destructing, that you were destructive towards yourself, to the sort of overall success of your life, because your energy was just down, and you were low, and you were depressed. It's that very sort of, poor me sort of energy, but literally going to town with it. And I feel there was some sort of epiphany where you realize, like, I cannot be doing this. This is not a good thing to be doing. And so that is where change started to come about. I feel that you started to look in a lot. There might have been a bit of a blame game that was being played here. It could be from the other person, but I feel more from you, where emotions were sort of like putting you almost like in a blame game, sort of thing. But then I feel that you realize that and you started to put in the work to have a different relationship with the energy of life and love and the flow. And then where you are at the moment, I feel that for some of you, this is a space where it's almost like a space of non-action, where maybe you're in a connection and it feels sort of like, like when you look at that heart machines in the hospital, it's like, like no resuscitation hope sort of thing, and you're like, oh, whatever, I don't even care. This is actually overall very much a space of not maybe being all that much into love at the moment. Or if you're not with someone at this point, you're like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to look at those cobwebs, and I'm just going to leave it all there. But then, of course, there's that sense of curiosity that you have, Sagittarius, where you go like, but maybe, just maybe. You know, I feel it's almost like there's two things happening over here. On the one side, there's the non-action, and the other side, there's that rising sense of curiosity that is beginning to take place, and to a point where you might actually begin becoming a little bit obsessive about someone, you know, and I'm not really meaning obsessive in a negative sense. It's actually obsessive so more like sort of passionate, where you know, maybe you just, I don't know, you know, send each other like provocative pics or anything like that. And but now it's sort of become like, well, maybe there might actually be something here, you know. So what may have started off as very flippant and lighthearted and a joke and not really meant to be taken seriously, you're like, well, maybe there's something over here, you know. And I feel that maybe you got some attention from someone you never expected you'll get attention from that person, or you never actually realize that your life will be the way that it is right now, and you like to share that with someone. But there is a definite sense of going from like, you know, zero to hero type of thing, that very sort of Sagittarius jump, almost like not interested at all and fully interested. Okay. Coming towards you, the good news is I see that you're dealing with someone that's open to a connection, somebody that you might be seeing that person as magic, but they also see you as magic, all right? Which is actually really cool. I feel that both you and the other person, and you may not actually realize that, you might think that you're dealing with someone that's very solid over here, and whereas I feel that you are actually more solid than the other person. Like, you know, maybe they would be willing to move and make changes and that sort of things, and things are turning in a very positive direction there for you coming forward. So this is very, very, very good news. Okay, let's clarify. So we're going to clarify the Eight of Pentacles first, which is your overall energy for the reading. So you got the Six of Cups. Underneath the Six of Cups, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, and then you also have the Page of Cups. This is a space of one thing is not good enough. It's not just one thing is not good enough. Hoping, praying, all those type of things, yeah, all of that. But this is a space where you actually need to make up your mind. And this is really what's running throughout this reading for you, Sagittarius. You are being called to make up your mind in this particular space, because it's you know, to sort of make some room for somebody to be in your life, because you're very much a one man or one woman sort of show happening here at the moment. And I feel that people also see you in that way, and if they do, then they might not be that open to be with you, because it might feel like, well, does this person even want to be with me in the first place, you know? I also feel that you're dealing with someone that it's not so much a point of fear, it's more a sense of like, you know, I'm not even going to bother to make a fool of myself, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is a space where you will have to take the first step. Clarifying the Six of Swords there in the recent past, these cards came out right away. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so epiphanies, decisions, things coming through. The moment you can open yourself to the idea that this might be a very good person for you, that's how they all come on board as well. Okay, everything is basically hanging in the balance here, and when I say hanging in the balance, I mean that it is in a sense of, if you can just commit within yourself, admitting to yourself that this is what you want, this person's what you want, smooth sailing from there, and all the challenges that you have will simply fall away. Okay, challenges simply falling away here, but it's up to you to make that commitment. Okay, looking at the Seven of Cups in your current space, we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the King of Cups. Not really a lot of wands in this space, except for what's coming towards you, and wands is being that inner emotions. Sorry. There's there's some self-doubt going on here. Not necessarily because you might think that you're not good enough, because also it's almost like for some of you, you don't want to give your heart because you don't really see how the situation can work out. But this is a fated connection. To put it to you like this, the person that you're dealing with this is your soulmate, this is your twin flame, this is that, you know, when you're looking for that divine other, that counterpart, that person that is just our person, this is your person. But you have to claim that for yourself, you know. It is not just gonna sort of, or let's rather put it like this, it's already happening. In energy, this connection is already there, it's very strong, it's very solid, but it is up to you to really open yourself to that connection, to commit to it, okay? To accept within your heart. Let's look at this Queen of Wands for the energy coming towards you. This magical space. You are both, I feel, really magical people. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Nine of Stars, which is the Nine of Wands, and all the wands are coming back. Remember I said there wasn't a lot of wands. It's almost like you must just accept within yourself, even going forward. So this is kind of going on a little bit long. It's becoming almost a little bit like a soap opera in actual fact. Where there's a lot of obstacles, but the obstacles that you're experiencing, I feel those obstacles are coming from your own self-doubt, because remember, life is built from our consciousness. So if you feel that this is not right, they're not the one, you know, that you want them to be the one, and you can feel that they're the one, but maybe also not trusting, not sort of just wanting to trust your gut and your intuition. But if you're in a space where you don't feel that they're the one, and you don't want to believe they're the one from a point of fear, you're going to get to see those signs that they are not the one. All right, because this connection can let you help you to there's some inner fear over here, almost like a scar maybe that wasn't properly healed, and this connection can actually help you to heal that. Okay, let's look at this Two of Pentacles. You got the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Staffs, which is the Seven of Wands, and now wands are all over the place. This person has no intentions of hurting you. They are not the previous person. They're not your ex. This person has got good intentions towards you. I don't see any sort of ill vibes over here. Maybe they're a little bit impulsive. Maybe if they're not a Sagittarius, they could maybe have other Sagittarius in their chart. So maybe like me, for example, I'm a Cancer and I've got Sagittarius rising. So it could be something like that, for example. You're dealing with someone who's prepared to really go the distance for you, to walk the path with you. Okay, let's look at the wheel. Things changing in your favor. The Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Okay. I feel that some of you are looking at the obstacles, and you're looking at the challenges, and you're looking at the things that need to be overcome, and you sort of made it up, you know, within your own mind. You've come to the conclusion that these things can't be overcome, so you just accept it and realize it's not going to work. At the end of the story, it's never ever going to work. But if you can make some space for faith to come true, and remember this going forward, when it seems like the end of the road and there is no solution and it's never going to work because, there is divine intervention that's available here for you, but you are the one that has to open yourself to that. Okay, rightio. Let's look at some of the challenges that you might be facing in the situation. Some blockages or things that you might not be aware of. So we've got the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So this is a space of coming out of the dark, especially for those of you that have been single for a while and you thought, you know, this is going to be the rest of your life, maybe feeling a little bit of a sense of sadness. There's almost like a break out of like, yay, you know, so that's good news for you. There's a cup of love being offered here for you, and I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you've got a space here where you might be a little bit thrown, because you maybe didn't expect this particular person to have the sort of intentions towards you, and now you do, and you go like, huh, could this actually be my world? Could this actually be my person? You know, beautiful. Let's look at some good news that the universe has for you. 5 of fire, 5 of wands, magical space, magical space, wonderful things, okay, miracles, blessings. This is a next step for you. This is a next step forward. It's a very positive next step for you in love. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. I hope that it helps. I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Remember to hit that notification bell. If you want to have a personal reading with me, you know, a tarot reading or regression hypnosis, my email address is in the description. You can send me an email. I want to let you know that within about the next 2 weeks, I've got very limited time available. So if you want to have one of those personal sessions with me, then it's better to sort of like email me sooner as opposed to later. Otherwise, you know, it might be a bit of time before I might be able to do personal readings and sessions again. But yeah, if you're interested in learning to read tarot for yourself, there's a link in the description. Other than that, thank you for your time. Best of luck. Namaste. Love and light.